Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land, Valley Allen Hensley. And I've been doing some thinking. And, you got this person who pulled the fire alarm during a session of Congress when they were voting on a bill. That is clearly a disruption to what they were doing. Now, you got people who have been held political prisoner in a Washington, D.C. jail cell for years without any court hearings, any court cases. They just there. They just locked the fuck up because they happen to think the wrong way, according to the Democrats. So, yeah, they just locked up their political enemies. Wait a minute. Who did that? Let me see. Who used to do that? North Korea does it. Cuba does it. Venezuela does it. Who else used to do that? Let's see. Oh, yeah, Russia used to do that. Who else? Who else? Oh, yes. Adolphus Hitler, a.k.a. Adolf Hitler, did it in the Nazi Party. Gee, kind of shows who the Nazis really are, doesn't it? It's not the Republicans, it's the fucking Democrats. Let's see, who pulled the fire alarm? A Democrat. What were they voting on? Oh yeah, a House bill that would keep the government open for a little bit longer. Gee, a government budget bill that would keep the government running and thus keep America going. And he pulled a fire alarm to disrupt it. Is it me or am I starting to see all the fucking similarities of a goddamn communistic fucking country? A banana republic at best. That's what I'm seeing. And yet, nothing is happening to him. He says, oh, it was an accident. All the Democrats, yeah, I've done that. I made another thing like that. I don't know how to open doors either. You got AOC. Yeah, I didn't even know what I call it. I came to Washington. I don't know anything. Bunch of fucking brain dead libtards. You got fucking Fetterman. No, I don't know. I like potatoes. Stupid motherfucker. You got Schumer. I had no idea what to do here. I have to be told by the Chinese. You got Biden. Xi Jinping? Oh, he wants me on the vote? Oh, yes. Yeah, don't worry. I'm doing it. Wait a minute. I smell a kid. I smell a kid. I gotta sniff the kid. I smell a kid. I need a kid. I need a kid. I need to smell him. I know he's around here somewhere. I just smelled him. Hello? Zelensky? Yeah, don't worry. We're sending you money. Yes, Your Highness. We're sending it right away. Fucking Biden, the puppet. Doesn't know where the fuck he's at 99.9% of the time. Doesn't know how to get the fuck off a stage. Every time he's on a stage, he's walking around like he's fucking lost. And getting off a stage is easy as fuck. I've done it when I was hammered and high as a kite, and I still can get off a goddamn stage. Come on. So, we got this Democrat from New York, which, by the way, I live in New York. No, I didn't vote for this dumbass. And yet, they're trying to say it was an accident. Bullshit on that. And let me state this. I mean, it's probably obvious by now, but let me state this. I am 49 years old. I am running for president, vice president, congressman, governor of New York, mayor of Cobleskill, New York, and anything in between. And I'll promise you this. I'm a true outsider. I promise you this. This motherfucking shit is gonna stop if I get elected. Why? Because, well, they wanna paint us all as terrorists who love this country. They wanna paint us all as right-wing conservatives. Well, here's the deal. I'm not racist. My unofficially adopted kids are black and mixed. And, well, here's the deal. If I was racist, that wouldn't be the case. But I can guarantee 3 things will happen if I get to where I become president. One, all the bad fucking trade deals that Joe made with all these countries, next in the motherfucking bud. Us being in the Paris Climate Change Accord, nipped in the bud. Us not producing oil but giving away our oil to China and other places, not gonna happen. Because the first thing I'll do is reverse all the fucking environmental shit and regulations and red tape that the Democrats have put in and tell them, you don't like it? Fuck off. And I'll make it America energy independent. We'll be exporting energy. We'll be making so much of it. I'll leave it up to the American citizens as to whether or not they want to own a gun. I'll leave it up to the American citizens as to whether or not they want an electric car. I'll leave it up to the American citizens if they want to take the vaccine or not. Because I believe Americans can very much make their own decisions as to what's best for them, their families, and their bodies. Another thing I will do, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart, is lock up immediately all the fucking traitors to this country. You take money from foreign investment groups, that mean, and you're in Congress, that means you're a traitor, you're locked up, locked in, get mowed the rest of your life. But they will get a trial where the facts will come out. I will not tolerate any treasonous behavior from any motherfucker in government. You're a public servant of the United States of America. That means the taxpayers pay your salary. That means, motherfucker, you work for the people. You were hired by the people. And if you don't like it, quit. That's your only fucking option. Quit or go to jail. Or do your job properly, proficiently, efficiently, and professionally. If you do anything to disrupt Congress doing its job, you will be fired. You will face legal consequences. I will bring back accountability to our government. Excuse me. And to anyone who doesn't like it, tough titties to the kitty when the milk ran dry. I don't give a flying fuck. You see, the war in Ukraine is our fault. It's NATO's fault. Because we had made a pact, a deal with Russia that we would not try to woo Ukraine, Yugoslavia, fucking the Czech Republic, Croatia, Poland, any of these countries into NATO, because they were supposed to be a buffer zone between NATO and Russia. They were supposed to be a neutral zone. What did NATO do? They tried ruling Ukraine. They broke the pact. Russia said, you broke the deal, fuck you. We're taking back what's ours. That they have every legal right to do. It's not our war, it's theirs. Another thing I do is if there's an American citizen fighting in Ukraine, they will be told you have 1 month to come home. If you do not, then you have effectively decided to not be a United States citizen anymore, and therefore you are a Ukrainian citizen, and if you want to come back to the United States, you have to come in as an immigrant. You see, I would stop us sending tanks, bombers, planes, whatever, money over to Ukraine. I'd stop it dead in its tracks. In fact, the shit that we've already sent over there, I would bring it back here. I don't care. And I would tell Zelensky, you got 30 days to pay back the money we gave you. Otherwise, you owe us that money plus 30% interest a week. I don't care. That means within a week's time, he would owe us roughly $183,995,976,685,433 and change. Roughly. So, you see, I would run this country like a business, like a legit business that is also got some illegal business in the back room. What's that mean is I would run this country for the people, by the people. Straight by the Constitution. If you want to get a firearm and you're 18, go for it. You want to have a beer and you're 18, go for it. You want to buy a pack of smokes and you're 18, go for it. Because I believe if you can go to war and kill someone and come back missing a limb or more, have TBIs, PTSD and all that shit, you should be able to go out and have a fucking drink. Plain and simple. So, it is what it is. But this whole shit with the people staying in office until they die, no. I would put term limits on it. And I'd make it as it used to be back in the 1700s, in the 1800s even, which is you serve 2 terms for Congress. After that, you can't run for any other office ever again because you did your duty. Not even president. It would cut down on the lifetime politicians. I would take the Secret Service off of the people who are no longer in Congress. I would take the Secret Service off anyone's family, whether they were president or not. If they don't live at home, they don't get Secret Service. Period. End of discussion. That's just how it is. We got a spending problem in this country. It's time somebody who knows how to manage money steps in and says, fuck you, and starts trimming the fat. Donald Trump said he would drain the swamp, and he was trying it. That's why they had to get him out of office. But if they think Trump was a nightmare, trust me, they ain't seen nothing yet. If I get elected, I'll show everyone a nightmare. They think Trump was a bad guy. I get elected, I'll show you a bad guy. I'll tweet all the fucking time, and I'm not someone who's politically correct. There are only two genders, male and female. And if you don't like that, get the fuck out of my country, you commie motherfucker. See, I grew up in a time when we had a saying, better dead than red. Punch a commie for mommy. Kill a commie if you love your country. And brothers and sisters, I love my country. So it is what it is. Hell, I wouldn't even take the whole presidential salary. Yeah, they might tell me I have to, but I take enough to cover my staff. Maybe 70, 80,000 for me. Because I can live a nice life on $70,000 a year, especially when I'm in office. I'll live a great fucking life with that, because I'm not spending it. Except maybe on cigarettes. But that's it. The rest of it I'd probably give the fucking poor and needy families. And I'd start with those in Appalachia. Because the Appalachian families fucking ain't right, they need it. I'd open up coal mining again. Because, well, fuck, we need coal. I'd open up the oil fields. The ones that the Greenpeace's had closed under Bush Sr. I'd open them back up. We got over 500,000 gallons of oil just sitting in Texas. We got over 500 million gallons of oil sitting in Alaska, but the pumps aren't doing shit. We have over 100 million in other parts of the fucking country. I'd open them all up. We'd make money as a nation selling oil. And we'd be able to sell it lower than OPEC, which means we get money, we get paid. I would decriminalize marijuana for every state because it's a natural plant. However, fentanyl would get you a death sentence. Meth would get you a life sentence. Cocaine and heroin would depend on the amounts that you have. And methamphetamines would depend on the amount you had as to what your sentence would be. But they would stay hardcore category 1 drugs. All opioids, unless prescribed, would depend on how much you have on you as to what your prison sentence would be. You see, we don't need someone who's going to bow down to fucking Russia. We don't need someone who will bow down to China. We need someone who will tell them to go fuck themselves. And if they don't like it, fuck off. I would renegotiate every fucking treaty plan that we have with another country. I'd renegotiate that motherfucker to where we end up with the long end of the stick and they end up with the short end. But it would be amicable to both parties. But we'd get more in the end. Why? Because I would have Trump negotiate it for me. The man's a top negotiator. Whatever the fuck you say about him, he's a good negotiator. Alright, the man's got his good points and his weaknesses. I've got my good points and my weaknesses. I don't fucking care. If you're right for the job, you'll get hired. You do the same work as a man, you get paid the same amount as a man. If you don't, you don't. It's that simple. Women, there is no such thing as the pay gap between man and woman. There's just not. Women just choose to go into lower paying fields, such as nursery school teachers home health aides, nurses, shit like that. That's in the lower professions and doctors, engineers, scientists. It's a fact. The people responsible for the George Floyd riots and Black Lives Matter riots would be held accountable because they'd get locked up for inciting riots and terrorism. And just so you know, I'm not racist, but the whole black national anthem shit would stop. Or get the fuck out of my country, because we're not racist country. Martin Luther King said, I have a dream that one day little black boys and little white boys and little black girls and little white girls will be able to play together, go to school together, and that a man or a woman would not be judged on the color of their skin, but rather on the content of their character. And you're fucking A right, that's what it would be based on. The content of their character and the fucking work, the quality of work they do, whether they know how to do the job or not. We would revisit every appointment to the Supreme Court, to the circuit courts. We would revisit every fucking one. I don't give a fuck if you've been on the bench a million years, you'd get fucking visited. And you'd have to go through the re-vetting process yet again. And if you didn't pass mustard, oh well, you're out. We'll bring someone in who will. You see, I'm the asshole who just don't care. I love my country. I love everything about it. From the First Amendment all the way down to the fucking 10th fucking amendment in the Bill of Rights, all the way down to the 28th, all the way. I love every fucking amendment of our country because I love our freedom. And I believe in our Constitution and our Bill of Rights. And I believe in the freedom that God gave every human fucking being, our inalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Now, if you want to dress up as a woman or as a dude, and that's what makes you happy, hey, go for it. But don't expect other people to have to bend to your fucking mental illness and play along and call you ma'am. No, 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 no. If they call you sir, well, it's probably because you look like a dude, and so it is. Get over it. If they hurt your feelings, go to therapy. Enough therapy, you probably won't be dressing as the opposite sex. God made us in His image. And God does not make mistakes. God was here before our country. So you can give your soul to God. But you better give your heart to this country. So I've given my heart, my soul to Jesus. Because He died for my sins. The only perfect man that ever lived, Jesus. And we know what He did to Him. So I know I'm not perfect. I don't want to be perfect. But you better give your heart to this country, meaning you better love this country. Whether you believe in God or not, that's between you and God. But loving this country is between you and every fucking person who lives in this country, who came here legally. Now you're probably wondering, what would I do about the illegal immigrant problem? That's simple to me. I'd round them all up, put them on a bus, and ship them back to Mexico or wherever the fuck they came from. and tell them, you are banned from coming here for 2 years. After that, you want to come here, you do it the right way, come to a port of entry, fill out all the paperwork. We'll gladly let you in, provided everything checks out. What's going on now at our border is we are being invaded by military-aged men. Why do you think that is? So that the Democrats could tell them, well, we let you in, so now you gotta vote for us. Don't worry, we'll get you to vote. We'll get you to vote. You just gotta vote for us. Oh, there's gonna be a civil war? You gotta fight for us. You gotta help us out. We helped you out, you gotta help us out. And it won't make a bit of difference. As far as firearms go, I won't take them away from our citizens. However, if you are a criminal, you already don't give a fuck about the law. So, first time, you'll get some jail time, you'll get prison. Second time, bit harsher. Third time, we'll just kill you. Because it's clear you didn't learn the first 2 times. So third time, you're out. 3 strikes, you're dead. Next. And we'll put it on TV. Your entire court hearing will be televised live. On TV, on YouTube, on Rumble, on whatever else is out there. Truth Network, Twitter, Facebook, it'll all be ran on all the social medias. Pedophiles, well, pedophiles I'd put on an island with no one around them, rig up a shit ton of mines in the ocean so they can't try to swim or boat out, and then leave them. We'll drop in supplies once, twice a month to keep them going, but that's it. After that, until the next supply, you're on your own. That means you gotta survive with each other. And yes, we will monitor the island 24/7, 365. It'll be a no way out type scenario from Ray Liotta. I think it'd be a good thing to do. It'll keep all the pedophiles there. Anyone who hurts a child or sex traffics a child or a woman will know that that's where they're going. If you rape a woman, that's where you go. Plain and simple. So, yeah, I mean, I'll have to be a write-in candidate. And my name is Bradley, Bradley, Hingley, Hingley. And I am running for the president or any other office I can get. Because it's time that we, the silent majority, stop being silent and start taking our nation back. And we start with this election. So the polls are simple. The choice is simple. Trump and America, me and America, or the commies, the Democrat Party. You decide, but choose wisely. For that is what is at stake. Our nation, our freedoms are at stake. Nothing more, nothing less. Our nation and our freedoms are clearly at stake here. So, choose wisely. And until next time, please remember, use your brain. It's the one weapon they can never take away from you is your brain. Until next time, I'll be seeing you.